All right, so today is March 1st, which brings me to 1.5 months of having uh, these dentures. I love them. I love them. Um, I want to talk a couple things. Adhesives when they fail, not wearing adhesive at all, cushion grip, uh, or Dentach, whichever brand you prefer. I believe they're pretty much the same. I'm hearing that Dentach is better, so I kind of want to go back to Dentach. I had a weird reaction when I first used it, but my gums were open. I made a little video on it, so I'm just going to skim through. I felt weird in my head. I felt like I was super high. My vision was like curtains wobbling in the wind. And so I just ripped it out and didn't use it again for a while. But then they healed up, and I then moved to cushion grip, and I had no problems. And so now I kind of want to try Dentach one more time. But with that said, so far with my dentures, having dentures, my confidence is freakishly amazing right now. I consider myself to be a very confident person in myself. I mean, I know my weaknesses as far as work or, stuff like that. I know my weaknesses, but as a person, I am a pretty happy person, and with myself, I'm pretty happy. I'm the type of person that probably some people don't get, but I'm still happy with that. There's nothing in my life that I changed because of how I think someone else feels about me, except when it came to teeth. When it came to teeth, there's no way you would see this much of me teeth. They're dentures. I'm going to call them teeth. They're my teeth now. I would never. I would always talk like this. Always keep my lips down. Try to put myself at an angle so no one could see my teeth. Now I'm like, hey, how's it going? Hey, seriously. I love it. And even if people look at me and they're like, oh, that's obvious, those are dentures. I care less because it looked way better than what I had. And usually people that do notice that you have dentures, they'll look dentures, end of story, and don't really think about it. Word did get leaked out pretty quick that I have dentures. So I did have, and still sometimes do have, people come up and ask questions about it because they think, like, so we did the age guessing game the other day at work, and people thought I was like early 30s or late 20s. I was amazed. I was like, you guys are bad at guessing age. But yeah, late 20s, early 30s. I'm early 40. I'm 42. So, 42? Yeah, I think I'm 42. Gonna be 42 in June. Anyways, something like that. 41, 42, let's just put it that way. 41 and a half. But, I was eating a bagel yesterday at work. I'm going to try to just stay on topic. I was eating a bagel yesterday, and that's when it really hit me. And I've been doing good when my denture adhesive fails. Mind you, I'm wearing cushion grip, but it's not completely tight either, so I still wear adhesive. But I've been getting better at keeping the dentures in my mouth when they do fail. So this is about denture adhesive failing. I'm not going to talk about a specific one because I don't care which one you have. At some point, they're probably going to fail. At least for me, they have. And I've applied it many different ways. I try to apply it differently every single day, or at least every other day, just to see what's working, what's not. And it depends on the adhesive. Secure, I find little dots, just a bunch of little polka dots all over, really help a lot. Works better for me. Fix-a-dent, extra max hold. Excuse me. Extra max hold or something like that. Fix-a-dent, the best one. That one, if I do strips, works really good. Just a little you know. So the top, I got a little strip here, I got a strip on the side, a little bit on the front, and then like one down the middle on the palette. Works great. Polygrip. Polygrip, I found if I do just a quick little smear, like on my bottoms, just a little, just the whole one continuous. If I do that, works really good. And then just a little bit, because it's like really worn down in the front, so I don't have much surface area on the denture. Just a little bit on the front up here, works great. At night, after I eat and everything, I go to the bathroom, tell my wife I'll be back, I'm gonna clean my dentures, get all the adhesive off my mouth, and then just so I'm a little bit comfortable, I don't really have to think about it. I'm not sitting there doing the whole. I put powder, fixative powder. I just put the fixative powder just to keep it in my mouth. This way, when it's time for bed, I can literally pop them off, brush it real quick, throw them in, for soaking, and they're done. So, I'm eating bagels at work yesterday, and I immediately had a denture fail, and it sucked. Because I'm sitting there in front of a lot of people, and my dentures have now failed. So I'm sitting there trying to discreetly eat my bagel, and it's rough. It's from Einstein Bagels. I tried to put a lot of cream cheese on there to soften it up, but it failed. So I had to learn really, really fast. Everything that I already knew, I had to solidify it. And I was able to eat it so well that I even went and got some gas station food, knowing that my dentures were completely off, not sticking at all. And I was able to eat. And I was like, wow, I just had this weird epiphany. Got home, my wife made some bratwurst, fresh tomato soup, not the can, fresh, and habaneros. The habaneros I thought I was going to have, and stuffed jalapenos with bacon, so good. I thought I was going to have a hard time eating habaneros because of the skin and the texture. Did fine with that. So, it was great. It was good. I told my wife, I said, I enjoyed this meal so much better knowing that I had no adhesive to hold my dentures into place, because now I was just relying on skill, on holding them into place, and how I ate. And I was eating fast. I was eating pretty decent sized bites. I took my bratwurst, I would cut it in half, so I slice and then cut it in half, ate it, but I'm eating quick. No problems. And I enjoyed it so much more because I wasn't worried about the denture adhesive coming undone. I was just enjoying it without that anxiety of they're going to pop off any minute. There's going to be a ticking time bomb any minute. And then they pop off. And I'm like, oh, what'd I do? Nothing like that. So being able to eat with that confidence without any adhesive, it was great. So I really enjoy seeing comments. I'm not up here for wanting likes and subscriptions, Obviously, I do want followers. I want people to be able to see my videos, and hopefully they're good for you and maybe pass it on to somebody else. Because I saw so many people make great videos that helped me through my journey when I first started, and continued to even move on. Callan Jax was one of my biggest fans because she gave a lot of good input on a lot. So a lot of good input on a lot. So she was one. Reason to Smile, that was a good one, because the longer the videos were better for me, because I would listen to a lot of them while I was at work. I would listen and just play them while I'm working, and so it really helped in that aspect, and I didn't have to distract from work by flipping through a bunch of these short videos. So they have some 15, sometimes 20-minute videos, which was really beneficial. that I could just say, okay, boom, go to the next one, 20 minutes, and have I could work without having to sit there and, because that bugs me. You're at work, you're not getting paid to go through your phone. So I'm one of those guys. Now, don't get me wrong, I text my wife all day at work. I talk to her on the phone all day at work, but I work. So enough about that. But yeah, so I just want to say my confidence is an amazing high right now. I used to say that I was a very confident person, and I was. But when I would speak, I would always put my head down. I wouldn't show my teeth. It would be like kind of like this, I would keep up, so you couldn't see my teeth. And now when I talk, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Oh my God, that happened. I love it. I try to keep away from the gums, but aside from that, I'm not afraid of how my teeth look when I talk. In fact, I feel these, this side pull up more when I talk. It's great. So my confidence, if you have really bad teeth, and dentures is the only way for you to go, bite through it. It took me a month and a half to really just be like, okay, these puppies, they're mine. I had the most uncomfortable experience. My dentist even told me, he's like, it's gonna suck, for the first couple of weeks. It's gonna suck, and it did. It was very uncomfortable. Huge learning curves. Every single video I watched went out the window. But at least it gave me warnings. A lot of the videos gave me warnings, but like how to deal with it, there's no video for that. There's no video for when it's actually you now and you're having to deal with it. I don't think any video could really fix that. But it gives you warnings and ways to cope with it. Like I said, tons of videos out there. A lot of good people. Kellen Jack's Reason to Smile, Justin B's Denture Journey, I believe. Gosh, there's one other dude. Rocky. He's got some good stuff too. If you come across Rocky, check him out. He's got a lot of good stuff. So I'm going to end this because I know my videos are always freakishly long. And I could go on and on and on. So I hope you guys have a good day. Like I said, if you have your denture journey going on, coming up, maybe you're new to it, just a couple days in, a couple weeks in, or maybe you've had dentures for years and you're like, hey, let me give you some advice. Please let me know. I'm not good at getting to all the comments right away, but I tried it within 24 hours. I really do. I don't have enough content or followers that I need to really, really, really stay on top of it 24/7. But I try to keep up at least within 24 hours because there's some people that say, hey, I have a question about this, what works, and it's nice to be able to respond to it. So, but most of all, I love hearing your guys' journey. I love hearing where you're at. It's huge anxiety. I didn't know what anxiety was in my life until I started going through this whole process. Then I was like, I understand what anxiety is. It was stressful. I was freaking out. I had thoughts of wanting to back out, and I'm glad I didn't because it was a weird, rough month getting used to it, and I was like almost having moments of regret, almost. But not having pain anymore, teeth pain. I could eat ice cream. I could eat solid, chicken. I could eat, bagels. Bagels is the one that I would always hurt my teeth. Sweets. I love sweets. I'm a huge sweets fan. Okay. I love it all, and I'm so glad that I went through this process because the pain was annoying, and I never told my wife how bad it was because I knew she'd be like, well, you need to go to the dentist, you need to get this done, you need to get checked out. And also too, I was very embarrassed by it because I know that people see you with bad teeth and they think you just don't take care of them. While that is partially true, I had basically, it was chemotherapy that ruined a lot of my enamel. I mean, my teeth were chipping and cracking since I was like 13, 14 years old. So it was already a bad start to my teeth at a young age. And just through the years, I'm sure my alcohol didn't help out anything. I don't blame alcohol for my bad teeth, but I know it didn't help either. So might have killed some bacteria on the teeth, but yeah, whatever. So I hope you guys have a good day. Like I said, you got some comments, video you want me to watch, drop the link, let me know. I love hearing about it. So, I'll try to get back as much as I can. But eating without denture adhesive, that confidence, knowing you can learn it, and your brain you don't even learn it. Your brain does. Your brain literally says, okay, these are dentures. Nice to meet you. Let's work together. And your brain just does it. So I'm not the type of person where I could pick up a book and learn something quick. I'm the type where I'd have to study, like a lot to learn things. And that's why I felt like, I was like, there's no way I'm going to get this. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get it. I just went in with a negative attitude, like, my life sucks. At least I have a nice smile. I'm not going to learn how to eat normally, at least I won't have pain. I won't have these toothaches all the time. But it's going to be uncomfortable for the rest of my life eating, unless I have, adhesive or my snap-in dentures. Hopefully that'll make things better. But to be able to eat without adhesive, freakishly amazing. Enjoy food so much more. At least I do. You don't have the anxiety of this ticking time bomb if they're going to fail on you. So it's great. I didn't think it would happen. So I'm going to keep rambling if I don't shut up. So you all have a good day. Please be safe out there. And, my prayers, thoughts are out there with you as far as your denture journey goes. Because when I hear about a new story, I go back and I think about like what it was like for me. And I know where you're at. So I know what it's like. So have a good day. Be safe.